All right, today I want to do a little paramotoring vlog with the open-ended question, because I genuinely want to ask you guys, are high-risk extreme sports selfish or not? We're gonna go fly around in the Superstitions, which I haven't flown around in the Superstitions since I think the springtime, so I'm pretty excited to do that. Hopefully the weather holds up. And I want to discuss the whole topic and what's been on my mind recently around the risk of these sports. But first, I have some exciting news I want to share with you guys. So pretty much all of the whole summer, I've been working on putting together our next giveaway, which means finding a new paramotor to give away. And I always want to one-up myself, and I always want to do something interesting, something new to the market, something informational. And the motor I've been going after is the EOS Quattro 4-stroke engine. There's not really many good 4-stroke options, but this is a brand new motor on the market, and I really want to cover it. And I finally locked in a deal with the manufacturer, frame manufacturer, and engine manufacturer. The last update I heard was that the frame was welded, it was getting painted, they're putting everything together in the factory. This is like gonna be a custom sweet paramotor for the giveaway. That will be launching as soon as I actually receive the paramotor and as soon as I can film the first video, but I have a whole list of content we're gonna explore and dive into with the 4-stroke. But I need to give you guys a teaser because I just got the samples of the merch that we're gonna be launching with the next giveaway. First up, we have the Fly High, Really High design. This is a paramotor moon landing concept, and I love it. Next, we have the We Come in Peace. This is a paramotor alien space invasion in a desert environment, and it glows in the dark. And finally, Let's Make Memories. This is a Polaroid capture of a paramotor flying through the clouds. Follow me on Instagram, @TuckerGott, if you do not follow me yet. I'm always posting on my story random stuff that I'm doing, and I'll be posting updates for the merch drop and the next giveaway over there. I've been playing around with these DJI Action 5 cameras. I was actually part of the prototype testing thing before they came out. But tonight I'm gonna run this guy on my chase cam, and comment down below if you like the colors, the dynamic range, those sort of things on this camera. And also one more update. This is kind of a old update, but you guys might remember I talked about my driveway extension. Long story short, the guy screwed me, he messed it up, he disappeared, he wasn't gonna fix it. After that video, he actually came back, apologized, and fixed the whole driveway. So that was really cool. Highly appreciate him doing that and getting it fixed up, doing the right thing. I know some of you guys had asked about that, so I figured I'd mention it. I'm gonna load up the paramotor and get out to the Superstitions. All right, here we are. Superstitions in the background. F-250, the Maverick. I'm just waiting for my buddy Ryan to get here, and then we're gonna take off. So I guess transition to GoPro View.
How's that Action 5 chase cam footage looking? We're just approaching the Superstitions, looking super majestic. Got the moon rising in the background. Gonna feel out the wind conditions as we get closer. I think Ryan's somewhere behind me. Let's hope we find some smooth air out here. Let's talk about risk. I guess this has been an ongoing thought for me. Obviously, risk is always on my mind being involved in action sports. But in recent years, you guys know, we lost Jeff, we lost Brandon. Somewhat recently, my buddy Josh threw his reserve, and that could have been a tragic situation. I got the opportunity to interview Anthony Vella when he had his bad accident, and his whole experience really made me think about families and the impact that these risky activities have on our families. Also, I've been riding motorcycles a lot more often, and hang out with friends that ride motorcycles. And that's got me thinking about how motorcycles, as well as base jumping and paramotoring, affects our families. I think that I've been involved in extreme sports in some way or another, and also aviation for so long that sometimes it's easy for me to kind of lose perspective of what it's like for someone that may be dabbling in paramotoring for the first time ever. I've also come from a family that has been involved in aviation for generations. So it comes with a certain level of understanding that I think maybe people whose families don't come from aviation won't understand. I think fortunately for me, my family has always been very supportive. I know a lot of the things that I do, especially motorcycle riding, makes my mom nervous. But her perspective has always been that I approach everything doing it as smart and as safely as possible. And she knows that all these activities are my passions. And they're really what makes my life full. And she's never tried to hold that back from me. Very much so being around Anthony with his accident and him having kids and a wife made me think that, you know, one day when I get, hopefully a wife, hopefully, and potentially kids, how I might change my risk assumption. And the conclusion I kind of came to was right now, as a single guy that's 29 years old, I do everything in the safest manner possible. But I think that if I were to have kids, you know, getting a wife, I want to find someone that understands what I do, just like my family does, and doesn't try to hold me back from it. But I think when you have young kids, things change. And my conclusion was that I think I can do paramotoring sustainably and safely in a manner that I can continue doing that for a really long time. Base jumping, I think that there's a higher element of unpredictability that I still want to base jump. I want to be one of those guys that's 60 or 70 years old and is still base jumping. But I think I would dial back a lot of the jumps that I do and choose safer jumps, because base jumping does have a much higher element of unpredictability that could result in injury or death, has much smaller margins for error. And motorcycle riding, I think that's the riskiest thing I do, to be honest, and I don't share that on YouTube at all, but two things make it risky. One is that you're kind of at the hands of other drivers, other people on the road, and also I have a hard time having self-control on motorcycles that are really fast and make cool noises, and the faster you go, the cooler they sound. I know that that's something I kind of struggle with, so my conclusion was that if I have kids, I might just sell my motorcycle. And it's not something that I'm uber passionate about. I love it, but it would be a sacrifice I was willing to make if I had kids. What's up, buddy? Oh damn, there's a plane buzzing the Flatiron with smoke. That's super cool. Let's see if we can get up there. I think that's gonna be a no. Every time I come up here, as soon as you climb above that first layer of mountains, you get rocked with massive turbulence. Buddy's going deep over there. See how he fares? Damn, he is flying a committing line. Oh, and his wing trailing edge just flapped in the turbulence. Look at this view. Just utterly phenomenal. Especially with the moon up there. It's sick. Obviously, it could be selfish to put myself in a life-threatening position because the outcome of that would affect my family. But the counterpoint is it selfish for my family or friends to prevent or request me from doing the things I love for their own peace of mind. That might be selfish for them. So it's kind of this push-pull battle between the two forces of what is the right balance. The other conclusion I've come to is I think that you can justify pretty much any of these extreme sports, base jumping, paramotoring, speed flying, and motorcycle riding, if you take a responsible approach, meaning you try your best to mitigate risk and you're not just acting recklessly. I think for any of these sports, if you just go out willy-nilly and are reckless, I think that's automatically selfish of you to try to achieve a temporary high happiness, adrenaline rush, whatever you want to call it, recklessly, and you risk hurting the people around you. That's kind of my conclusion, but I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Drop some comments and upvote the comments that you agree with so we can hopefully get a good community answer out of this.
There goes Ryan, just looking absolutely absurdly, incredibly awesome. Here he comes. Yes, sir! What a beauty. Successful superstition mission. Hey, that sounded pretty cool. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the whole selfishness of risk taking. Stay tuned for the new merch drop and the 4-stroke EOS Quattro videos giveaway coming soon. Hope you guys enjoyed. Till the next one, have fun, fly safe. Peace. Bzz.